welcome to this episode of Raising Wild Twins. Y'all, this episode, we have a really special guest. I read this lady's article and I was just like, I got to get her on here because it's someone that just absolutely gets it. You know, everything when it comes to raising twins and all that good stuff. And this is kind of strange. This is actually the first twin mom that I have on here. You would think that I would just have like twin moms here and there and everything, but no, she's the actual first twin mom. And so I'm just pleased to have her. Y'all, please welcome Miss Darlene to the show.
I'm so excited to be on your show.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so just before we get started with everything, how can people follow you on social media?
All my social media platforms is at Lady Lena on Air.
Okay.
My background was radio. So Lady Lena on Air.
Nice. I love it. I love it. And so the article that she wrote, it was for metroparent.com, and basically the title, and I'll let you kind of get into what it was about, but the title is Three's a Crowd, how modern motherhood forgets mothers of multiples. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting up there in age, so it's like,
no, you're right.
And so, yeah, thank you. And so, if you want to just kind of elaborate a little bit more on what exactly it was about and where you were going with that, what made you, I guess my question really is, because it's one thing to feel that way, but to actually express it and write it down, what prompted you to actually go ahead and put it on paper?
I started to write that story because every day I'm at the park with my twin toddlers, Cassidy and Cassius. They're almost 3 years old. So we're at the park every day. For one, it's free. And two, it's the only place twin toddlers could just be free and run around.
Yes.
Every time I will go to the park, I will overhear conversations about splash pads and events and programs at the local recreation centers. And it kind of hurt my feelings because one, I'm overwhelmed being a twin mom, and I know Cass and Cassie are not invited to the Mom and Me yoga or the Mom and Hot swim or those type of events where it's meant for one mom and one baby. Yes. They're not invited. It's the truth. They're not invited.
Yeah.
It's 2 kids and it's for moms.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not invited. So I decided to write an article about it and express how I felt. I was upset.
Yeah. And I get it 100% because especially this summer, like I feel like now that they're in that like 2 to 3 range, you know, they're more active, they want to do stuff. And so I really wanted to put them into swim lessons. And the same thing, I'm like, oh, well, okay, you got to have one kid, one parent. I'm like, well, I don't know how this is going to work, you know?
Yeah.
So
And it's so crazy now that people are having twins back to back. That's new. Twins have been going on for a while. And now it's more popular than ever with all the things going on to have twins.
Right.
So it's popular. So I don't understand why they don't have these programs dedicated to moms or dads of twins or multiples.
Yes. And so for you to really speak really candidly about it, were you nervous initially of like kind of putting it out there? Because I mean, it's just like anything that we like create, right? As a creative and as someone that's putting work out there, it's like you never know how it's going to be received. So how was that for you? How did you receive any backlash, or was it all pretty much positive?
All positive comments except for one.
There's always one, right?
Yes, there's always one. And I'm not kidding. It was all positive. I was surprised. My only thing that I was nervous about is I wanted to make sure my twins, or Cassidy and Cassius, I don't even like saying twins because they're individuals.
Right,
but I didn't make sure Cassidy and Cassius weren't hurt by it. So I made sure that it wasn't towards them. It's not their fault that they don't have events for them.
Yeah.
It's the recreation center. It's the athletic club.
Yeah. No,
I was, to answer your question, I was not nervous. I just wanted to be sure that the article is not bashing my babies. It was just letting me know that it's three's a crowd.
Yeah. And like I said, I totally get it, girl. And it's like, even like at the parks, or I mean, even just like with just hanging out with like a friend of mine that has like one child or whatever, you know, it's so like, you want to focus on just like, you know, you want to be able to have that conversation, that mommy time, but it's like, you got that one over there, and then you go get that one that was over there.
And a lot of days when I have play dates, of course, my friends want to play catch up and see what we've been up to since it's been a pandemic. And I get it, but it's not fun for me because I have 2 toddlers and I'm having fun with them. It's just I can't do those one-on-ones. We have to plan a separate time. If you want me one-on-ones, we have to plan that.
Yes. And I'm so glad you said that because we went somewhere and my sister was like, "Oh, are you having a good time?" And I was like, "No."
I'm not.
I said no. And I'm like, not that I'm just like being like a Debbie Downer or nothing, but I'm like, when I'm out with my girls, I'm so engulfed in like, okay, are they good? Where are they at? What's going on?
Yeah.
Where it's like, me personally, I'm not having a good time. This isn't what mommy wants to be doing right now, you know?
I want to sit down and have a barbecue with you all and chill and catch up.
Right.
Like I said, it's been a pandemic, so we haven't seen each other.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that, but when I'm with my twin or mommy.
Yeah. And so like now we're gonna try to switch gears a little bit, like just gonna go into like straight mommy mode, what it's like being a twin mom, right? So I have to know, when you found out you were pregnant with twins, what was your initial reaction, your thoughts, your feelings, all of that?
So I found out at 7 weeks in emergency that I was having twins. I knew I was having one baby. I found out about 3 weeks that I was having one baby. So I was still nervous. It was my first kid. So I went through emergency because I was so dehydrated, and they put an A and a B. I never had an ultrasound, so I'm like, what does that mean? Is that the front and the back of the baby? What does that mean? Come to find out, I asked her, because you can't talk during those ultrasounds when you're in emergency because I was dehydrated. So when I came back to the room, I asked the nurse, like, it's just one baby, right? Or it's at the front and the back. And she left like, oh, it's 2. I passed out twice.
Did you? Because you gotta be consistent, right? You can't do one without the other.
Oh, I passed out. I woke up. I said, how many? She said 2. Out again.
Oh my gosh, girl.
I was shocked. So we do have twins in our family. So I think I could count at least 6 sets that are alive and well. Alive and well. So why I was so shocked, I guess I didn't think it would be me.
Same here. Yeah, you never do. Like, I mean, it was kind of like the same where initially our very first appointment, we just heard the heartbeat. And so we were just like, and their heartbeats were in sync. So we were like, oh, we got a strong baby. She healthy. He or she, but we don't know at the time.
Super baby.
So, so then they're like, oh, well, you're going to come back for your ultrasound. And let me tell you, when she tapped my belly with the little instrument, right? And she was like, oh, there's 2 in there. I was like, oh, you're funny. Like I'm up here laughing. Like, no, there's like, how do you know? That was too easy. She's like, I've been doing this for like 30 plus years. I know. Sure enough, here we are 3 years later.
Every time I hear these stories, my heart still drops. I'm still like, it was twins. Like, I don't think I'll over that.
Yes. And so for me, I think being a twin mom, one of my biggest struggles was like really just trying to maintain who I am, or who I am as a woman and as an individual. And before, like, I had the girls, like, of course I know I'm a mom now, but how do I maintain who I am and what's true to me? So for you, was that a difficult transition for you, or did you kind of just like, I got this, like I know how to maneuver and transition and all that stuff?
Before Cassidy and Cassius, I was wearing dresses and makeup and wigs and YouTubing. Like, I love that stuff. So it was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a big transition to go from glamour girl to mommy mode. And let me be clear. Mommy mode doesn't have to be t-shirts and a hoodie, but seeing that when I go to the park, I don't have time to be all glammed up all. Sometimes I have to go to the park in a hoodie and a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Is true. Yeah.
So it was a big transition for me. Now I get it. I'm like, okay, so I can do this. I just have to get dressed up on these days or get up earlier.
Yes,
or that night. Like, you can do it. You just you really have to plan.
Yeah, you just gotta put in a little more effort. But sometimes that getting up early, I'll be like, you know what, it's not even worth it.
My babies are early risers. They wake up at 6 a.m. So for me,
they early. Okay.
Early. When I put that hidden like 6 a.m. 5:30. So for me to get up early, it's like 4 a.m. for sure.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it. But no, that was really like one of my things, with just maintaining, and then like the mom guilt of like, I want to go and do stuff, but especially when they were like younger, like babies, and it's like, I mean, I still want to, be me, like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying like I wanted to be out kicking it in the streets, like it was nothing like that, but every now and then I wanted to go do something, and I'm just like, but I feel bad because I'm also a flight attendant. So my job takes me away a lot, and so it's like when I come home, I do want that time, but then I'm like, that's work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I want
Yeah.
my own personal time. And
Yeah.
so that was like my struggle, and that's really why I
Mhm.
came up with the podcast. Initially, it was just me like talking about my experience. Like, I can't be the only one going through this. Like,
Yeah.
somebody got to understand me,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's why I think it's funny that I haven't even had a twin mom on here yet, because I'm just like, of anybody, you get me. I've had a couple twins
I'm
dads.
so happy to me because to be your
Yeah.
first, I'm telling you, I get it. It's so frustrating to me when I hear people say, "Oh, my twins are 10." I'm like, we don't belong.
Right. Because I'm still in that, they running around, like,
Yes. I'm talking about the 2 to 3-year-old parents right now. Like,
Yes, yes. Thank you. That's why I was like, when you wrote that article, girl, I was like, she's speaking directly to me. I know everybody else read it, but
listen,
I feel like it's for me.
listen, I feel you. Like the parks, how they're not set up for with gated. Like all parks should be
Yes,
gated.
yes.
Girl, go on with your interview. I'm sorry.
Look, I already know. I'm like, I just need some place where they could just be. And I know they're going to be good,
Yes, and that gate that closes will be awesome at all parks.
Yes,
It should be quiet.
yes. And so with us, like, kind of talking about like the mom guilt and making time for ourselves, what does that look like for you? Like, do you, have a little time that you cut out for yourself throughout the day, or, like, let me go read a book, let me go sit over here, or just take a nap, or like,
For
what, I
sure.
need a good nap,
For sure. We go to the park at 10 a.m. So on the way home, they can fall asleep. It's an easy transition. I put them in their bed. They go to sleep for a good 2 hours. That time is for me, and I need it.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a hot lunch, and I'm so happy. I make one, either a hot lunch or reading, like an audible book. I don't want to read it right now. I've been doing a lot of. I'd rather just listen to like Will Smith read books.
Right.
Something like that. So I love just taking time for myself. I'm so grateful for my mother right now. She also helps out, so I can get my nails done or go look for a new wig, supply store. Girl,
look, because we still gotta be fly. I don't care what nobody say. Like, just because your mom don't mean you can't be fly.
I have to. So I do look forward to those times I can go get a full set or things like that. I'm still a girl.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. And so how would you say that like motherhood has changed you? Like, and so I'm sorry, Cassidy and Cassius. So these are your only kids, right? Like you have any. Okay, so how has motherhood changed you? I guess like overall, like your mindset or priorities and all that good stuff.
I've learned patience. I've learned that it's not about me.
Ooh,
it's not,
girl.
Like are the alarm clock and I do what they say.
Yes.
I'm all work. So I've learned that it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to say no. I've learned how to say no. And this is like I've learned to say no. Like I don't want to be bothered today.
Mm-hmm.
No, can't make that event. Like I've learned to say no. So Cassidy and Cassius has taught me to be, I feel like, a stronger woman.
Mm-hmm.
Stronger woman.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to do, but I'm stronger. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. I feel like for me, I definitely agree with it. It makes you stronger because you're like, okay, I got these two little people that are depending on me now. It's not just me out here in the world, because, and not saying that I was just like super carefree, but I would pick up and go. Like, I'm bored. Let me go and do something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Anna for the first week of June. Now I have to think about them. Like, are they going to be okay? How old will they be if I go in June? Will they be okay at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, event for Black journalists called the National Association of Black Journalists Convention.
Okay.
And they just had a big one in Vegas. And it happens every year around the same time. And I didn't go this year because I didn't think my children were ready. I didn't think ready to separate. I have pandemic babies. So all they know is me.
Exactly. Yep.
So it was kind of hard. I'm like, you know what? Next year. I'll next year when they're 3.5 and see how they can do separation. So they're my boss.
Yeah, right. It's like our world revolves around them now, right? No, but I totally get that because also with like not only have they made me stronger, but I feel like they've really forced me to tap into another side of me that I didn't even realize I had, which is like more of my creative side. Because I'm just like, okay, now I really want to focus on, and this is something that I've always thought about was, creating that multiple streams of income, right? And so you got to tap into that creativity sometimes because for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't want to go get another job per se. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so for one, this is how this podcast came about. I wrote a children's book about them and, just like other little things and just tapping into, different things that I didn't even know that I didn't never really consider myself even a creative person to do that. And so for them, I credit it all to them because I'm all like, mama got to make something happen,
Sure, we have to.
Yeah, yeah. And
Have yourself.
yeah, for sure. And so I know you were saying that you're a journalist. That's what you went to school for. So how long have you been doing that? And kind of tell us a little bit more, I guess, about that journey and what is it that you do, if you don't mind?
Sure. I started off in journalism maybe about 10 years ago, maybe 11. I used to do a radio show at Wayne State University called Voice of Wayne State. So
Okay.
I so very seriously.
Yeah.
I would book interviews. I even had Dr. Maya Angelou come call into my. Yep, about 2 months before she passed, she called into my little college radio station.
What?
And yeah, I was able to interview her. So I definitely had some people on there.
Yeah.
A highlight of my career because not everybody can interview Dr. Maya Angelou.
Girl, right. That's like major, girl.
Doing radio, and then I was sitting in with other big radio personalities in Detroit, like DJ BJ when he was on radio. So I definitely did a lot of internships at TV stations, and right now I feel like after I had my twins, I really couldn't get to the stations and do things like babies now. So my love was writing. I didn't even know I was good at it, girl.
Well, you the bomb because you had me hooked. Okay.
I was good at it. I'm like, I like radio. But
yeah.
I fell in love with writing, and I didn't know from home. Like I could be a freelance writer. I could stories and make money sitting on my couch on the beach.
Yeah. Anywhere.
So I love it. So I can do everything. So I can still do my podcast. I can still do radio and writing. So that's the beauty of doing journalism. You can do it all.
Yeah. And so what's the name of your podcast?
No. I'm saying I want to do a podcast.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, girl, I need to go ahead and follow this. Hold on. I got you though.
I want to do a podcast. I do want to do it. So you're doing yours. So you're brave.
Okay. I'm still pretty new at it. Like, so to have someone like you that's like established in radio and stuff like that, I'm like, okay,
No,
hopefully
No, I love it. You're doing great.
Thank you. So I'll be looking out for it. Once you get everything going, I'm gonna be like, hold on, girl, you gotta tell me what it is. So I go ahead and follow because I'm interested. Anybody who has Maya Angelou calling into today's show, I need to be a part of this. I need to listen in.
Girl,
you know what? Like you said, not everybody has that opportunity,
Yeah, so for it. And like I said, I dived in everything that was the radio or anything that I applied for everything, and this is before kids, so grateful. I'm grateful I did it when I did, because now I can sit back and like, do I want to work at this company today? I mean, I'm parent writing now, so it's cool.
Yeah. And so, I guess, what can we expect from Miss Darlene in the future? Like, are we going to expect more articles about twin moms, or are you going to shift, or what you got going on?
For sure, I'm definitely going to still write about twin mom life. I'm still stories for Detroit News where I write about people and places doing positive things.
Okay, nice.
I'm still going to be out there. I'm going to write about new businesses popping up around Detroit and Metro Detroit. So
I love it.
My ultimate goal is to have a podcast studio.
Okay.
I want to get back into like the podcast. I keep saying radio, but I want to get back into like podcasts. Like that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
My twins. So everything is twins.
I know.
I don't know.
I know people be like, girl, do you have a life? No, not really.
No, spaghetti. Talk about that.
Right, girl. Look, it's all about the chicken nuggets over here. I'm all like, y'all don't want to eat nothing else? Chicken. Okay, chicken nuggets it is. Chicken and popsicles.
forward to one day having a podcast studio and still doing my writing. So you'll definitely see I'm writing like very, very soon.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait. Like I said, I'm gonna be your number one supporter because I'm feeling all of this for real, and just kind of like what you were saying about like writing about or even having people on that are doing great things in the community or that are entrepreneurs, businesses that are popping up and everything. That's kind of what I do here. I'm in Sacramento. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm in Sacramento, and so and that's kind of what I want out of this now. This is like my second season of doing this. And so now I'm like interviewing people that I feel are inspirational, people that I feel like are just doing really great things, and so just kind of, I don't know, be the voice of Sacramento, if you will, where like if when people are doing something, they want to be like, oh, I want to go on a Shell's podcast and like, get my stuff out there. That's the goal.
Sure.
And then, grow from there.
I'm proud of you because I'm so happy you brought me on your show. It's amazing.
Yeah, girl. I was like, oh no, I got to. And I was like, I hope she don't think I'm weird. I was like, hey, girl.
You never know. That's what you do. You reach out to everybody. You never know. You never know.
That's so true.
No, you did right.
And so with that being said, I know you're a busy lady. I know you got things you got to do and you got these twins too. So I know, girl. But just any like last minute, what advice would you give to a new mom, I'm gonna say a twin mom, not even just a new mom, but someone she just found out she's pregnant with twins, first kids, what would you say, or something that you wish somebody would have told you to kind of prepare you just a little bit?
Just really, and I know it probably sounds crazy, really set a schedule. Like really try to put yourself on some sort of schedule. Mm-hmm. I know it's crazy for newborn years maybe because there's no schedule in newborns.
Right.
Look for that 1-year-old stage when you set a schedule, because you're going to, I say that so you can set time for yourself. You need, so try to do that schedule. You can have something to look forward to in the afternoon, like at 1:00 I'm gonna watch all my children.
right. That's all I want to do.
I'm gonna watch, kids go down, I am going to have a great dinner, some shrimp. I know they're allergic to it,
Right. No, that 100%. Schedule is key. And you know what? We were on a schedule. I'm not going to lie, because my schedule is kind of hectic. And so when I'm gone and grandma's watching them, they just kind of do, how grandmas are,
I have a mom who's a child care provider. I get it.
Right. I'm like, first of all, you were not this generous with me. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, it's like yes to everything.
Twins, I get it. By herself, she built a whole swing set, so I get it.
Yeah, but I'm so appreciative. I joke about it, but I'm so appreciative of her. Like, hands down, I would not have been able to like do it without her. You know what I mean? Like, and they call her Momo because that's where grandma comes out as is Momo. But they love them some Momo, so. I'm just so appreciative for my tribe, my team, and everything. So, and as you know, it takes a village.
It takes a village. That's another thing. I just want to squeeze that in. It takes a village. So find your village.
Yeah.
It could be a teacher or someone you could just call it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be family, y'all. It can, someone that whoever you feel safe with and trust with your kids.
Find somebody that you can vent to.
That part. I'm like, just listen. I just need somebody to listen to me.
Crazy.
Right.
And this fast down the hall. Am I okay?
Oh man, Miss Darlene, girl, this has been so fun. Okay, I've enjoyed it. Like for real, I could talk about this all day with you. Like, and even outside stuff. We can have some mommy juice. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I don't want to leave you, but thank you so much for having me on the show. Please invite me back.
Yes, I will. And so just before you go, one last time, how can people follow you on social media?
Sure. It's at Lady Lena on air. LadyLena on air.
Okay, awesome. And thank you again so much. I really do appreciate it. And you know what? This is not going to be the last time. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes.
I love this. Someone that gets it, understands, and I'll be looking out for more articles on twin mom life so I can just get my life. It's like, she gets me.
All right. So much.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.